Are you an aspiring guitarist who is looking for online guitar lessons or a user-friendly guitar learning software? Well, in this guitar tricks review, I'm going to go through everything that you need to know about this guitar learning tool to decide if it is the right one for you. I'm not going to waste your time with fake reviews here, as I have personally bought this software and fully tested it out for myself. I will share with you live demos of the lessons so you essentially get to see how TrueFire works without having to purchase it for yourself. And lastly, I will provide you with the pros and cons and my honest recommendation on whether or not you should buy Guitar Tricks. Now let's get straight into this review. Guitar Tricks has become one of the biggest and most popular guitar lesson websites since 1998. It's basically a series of step-by-step video lessons that build on each other. This is what works and what separates it from the other learning websites out there. As of now, there are 700 lessons and more lessons are added every week. What's impressive is that these songs are officially licensed songs which only a few online guitar learning platforms have access to. I wanted to quickly mention that this video is based on an article on my SoundFro website, which is more in-depth and up-to-date, so if you want more information, then I will leave the link to this article down below. You can click on the link in the description or type this into your browser. It will take you to my special Guitar Tricks discount page where you will get the best deals that Guitar Tricks is currently offering. Once you arrive at the website, you can see a quick overview of the features that Guitar Tricks offer. There is a preview of the hundreds of songs that they provide lessons to, an outline of their learning system, a brief background of their company, some reviews about the app, and of course the sign-up sheet. After you fill this up, you'll be asked some questions about your guitar playing experience to customize your whole experience. Guitar Tricks is a subscription-based program. In order to gain access to more songs, you have to choose between their two offers, monthly and annual subscriptions. For the monthly, you'd have to pay $19.95 per month, and if you decide to get the annual, you'd save 25% and get 4 free bonus gifts corresponding to $196. All of these for $179. I recommend that you get the annual subscription because you'll be saving a lot more money with it. Plus, you'll get gifts. Okay, so let's say you have chosen a subscription page. Let's move on to the Home tab. Here in the Home tab, there are 4 main sections, and you have to choose based on your playing experience. There's the beginner lessons, experience lessons, learn to play songs, and learn styles of guitar. The titles are very self-explanatory. If you're just a beginner who's looking to learn more of the fundamentals, you should go ahead and click on the beginner lessons. But if you have been playing for a while, you can choose the experience lessons. Of course, there's the learn to play songs and the learn styles of guitar from more specific lessons that can cater to your playing style. Don't worry, we'll browse through all of these sections in this video. Let's go through the beginner lessons. Here you can see their core learning system, which is their set of lessons aimed at newbie guitarists. It's a full-fledged beginner guitar course which can take a newbie to an early intermediate stage. You'd have to start with the Guitar Fundamentals 1 and continue to Fundamentals. These 2 mini courses teach the basics every beginner needs to know. Once you've mastered the fundamental lesson sets, you can continue learning the specifics of blues, country, rock, or acoustic. You can focus on just one of these courses or take all of them if you wish. All the video lessons have supplemental tabs to download and some have jam tracks to practice along with. Let's visit the Guitar Fundamentals. There are 7 chapters here. The first one is Get to Know Your Guitar, where you'll learn basic parts of the guitar, how to hold the guitar, the names of the strings, how to tune your guitar, and how to care for it. Chapter 2, which focuses on the basic functions of both hands, using a pick, how to fret notes, and basic finger warm-up exercises. Chapter 3, where you will learn to read tablature and play some single note melodies using just 1 string. Then you'll gradually add strings until eventually you're playing on all 6 strings. You'll also learn the names and locations of the musical alphabet notes. Chapter 4 focuses on full open chords. In Chapter 5, you'll complete your repertoire of full open chords by learning all 7 basic major chords, along with some minor chords for good measure. Next, Chapter 6, you will learn what a key signature is, how it is used to group chords into musical patterns. You'll then use that knowledge to play some songs in important, widely used key signatures. And finally, Chapter 7, you will learn what a time signature is and how it is used to keep track of counting and rhythm in music. At this chapter, you'd also get a brief recap of the entire course just to ensure that you understand everything before you move to the Fundamentals 2. Speaking of Fundamentals 2, let's go and visit that section next. Here's a quick question for you. What is your favorite feature of Guitar Tricks so far? Let me know in the comment section below. Here in Guitar Fundamentals 2, there are also 7 chapters that you need to finish. In Chapter 1, you will learn to play power chords. Chapter 2 focuses on the major scales. Chapter 3 is about a concept called the magic L, which is a means of understanding chord progressions and how they relate to key signatures. In Chapter 4, you will learn about the chords and how they relate to each other. In Chapter 5, you'll know more about bar chords. Chapter 6 talks about the minor scale, and finally, Chapter 7 focuses on the basics of reading music, and of course, a recap of the entire course. As a beginner, it's important that you don't skip the lessons just so you're sure that you get a solid grasp of the basics of playing the guitar. You wouldn't want to be getting so good at playing only to find out late that you developed the wrong techniques. Next, as I have mentioned before, there are specific lessons right here that you can try depending on your playing style. All of these follow the same format, so let's open just one, the level 1 acoustic style. For this, we have 6 chapters that varies from 4 to 6 lessons each. As you can see, they follow the same format as that of the fundamentals, but they are not focusing on teaching you these fundamentals, but how you can apply them to your playing style. This is the exact reason why I suggested finishing the fundamentals before you go to the specific lessons. Okay, so let's focus on Chapter 1. Lesson 1 gives us a brief introduction of the entire chapter. What I like about the lessons is that they provide a notation that you can follow while the instructor is talking. It does not occupy a lot of space, so you won't get annoyed by it because you can still see the instructor clearly. As you may notice, there are 2 levels on these courses. Level 2 builds off Level 1 by introducing more advanced rhythm and lead techniques and style variations. For example, you'll learn how to apply mambo and reggae rhythms to the blues, add triads and intervals to your country solos, layer different arrangements in a rock song, and use open tunings for acoustic slide guitar. There are also some tabs here which I recommend that you visit after you're done with the learning system, just to make sure that you'd understand them better. We have here Songs Made Easy, Practice for Beginners, and Tuning and Guitar Maintenance. Next, let's move on to the experience lessons. Here, you can choose among 6 tabs, styles, techniques, artist studies, practice, chords and scales, and gear and tone. If you're an advanced guitarist and want to take things to the next level, I think you'll like the Artist Studies tab. This focuses on looking at and mastering how the most famous guitarists played, and also the things they do to be able to make their songs sound the way they did. How cool is this? The artists that are mentioned here are Albert King, Angus Young, B.B. King, Billy Gibbons, and many more. They are arranged alphabetically, so you shouldn't have a lot of trouble looking for them. Let's take a look at the Styles tab. Besides the blues, country, rock beginner courses in the core learning system, Guitar Tricks has thousands of videos covering other genres as well. These follow the same format as what we have seen in other courses. Let's move on to the song section. With new songs added every week, the Guitar Tricks catalog can seem overwhelming, but you can easily filter the list by artist, title, popularity style, and difficulty. You can also search famous rock and acoustic riffs or explore collections. Each lesson starts with an introduction discussing the key, tempo, effects, and dynamics of the song. The instructor then breaks it down into intros and outros, verses, choruses, bridges, solos, and second and third guitar parts. For some songs, instructors include extra lessons on strumming patterns or extra licks and riffs. The tutorials end with a performance lesson where you play alongside the instructor, and a jam-along lesson where you play with only the backup band and vocals. Do you like the level of detail I'm providing you in my review video so far? If so, make sure to like my video and hit that subscribe button for more high-quality videos relating to guitars that I'll be releasing every single week. As for the learned styles of guitar, stylistic and regional differences in guitar technique can lend a fresh perspective to your playing. Experts in different styles like acoustic, bluegrass, blues, classical, country, funk, jazz, metal, rock, surf, and pop will show you all you need to know to be a master of each style. Let's move on to the Progress tab. Just like any other online guitar learning platform, they also have a Progress tab where you can monitor all the lessons and songs that you've finished. I always find this feature very helpful because since Guitar Tricks offers lots of songs and lessons, it's good that they're also keeping track of the ones that you've visited just in case you want to refresh your knowledge. There's also a toolbox section. It includes Scale Finder where you can find 5 different fretboard patterns for 20 different scales. Jam Station contains backing tracks from the lessons. You can select favorites and also jam along to the tab underneath. Metronome allows you to change the BPM, beats per measure, and sound of each beat and/or accent. In the Chord Finder, there are variations of different chords on the fretboard, highlighting root notes. For Reference Tuner, it includes standard tuning, DAD, GAD, Open C, Drop D, Open G, and Open D. or you can manually change the note on each string for custom tunings. Fretboard Trainer quizzes you about your knowledge of notes on the fretboard. Once you've completed 20 questions, you can compare your score to the leaderboard. As for the chord charts, like the chord finder, it shows you variations of different chords, including open chords and bar chords. Guitar Tab Guide features a video and short article about how to read tabs. Guitar Glossary contains an alphabetical list of relevant terms and their definitions. And of course, Fretboard Diagram shows all the notes from the 1st to the 12th fret in a printable PDF format. The News tab is where you can see the Guitar Tricks blog that features articles about bands, trivias, gears, and many more. It's updated regularly, so you'll never miss out on the latest news on the music community. And finally, let's not forget the Forums tab where you can communicate with other Guitar Tricks users. You can also access the newsletters from the instructors here. In case you have some concerns that aren't covered by the Forums tab, you can click on the Contact Us, where you'll be presented with a number of options to contact the customer support team. It's good to know that you have this option because the time will come when you really need some assistance in dealing with some things on the website. Now let's move on to the pros and cons of this program. For the cons, individual coaching comes at a cost. The instructors here provide one-on-one sessions, but you have to shell out some few bucks for that. I mean, you can still be a pro without the one-on-one sessions, but a personalized course would still be advantageous to understand your strengths and weaknesses in playing. For the pros, artist studies. Of all the guitar online platforms that I've reviewed, only Guitar Tricks has this, and I find this to be their best feature. Imagine having to dissect how your favorite artist plays and then eventually copying the same playing style. Wide variety of song tutorials. I also like this about Guitar Tricks. The instructors work hard to capture the exact feel of the recording and break down each song into easy to follow sections. Plus, the jam along makes it feel like you're actually performing with the band. For my honest recommendation, Guitar Tricks is definitely a high quality site which has lessons for all levels of guitar players. The volume of lessons they have on their site is gigantic and they add regularly. I recommend it to guitarists of any level who want to advance their skills, learn songs, and experiment with different styles. It's not as cheap as other guitar learning platforms out there, but considering that wide variety of lessons that they offer, you definitely get the value for your money. I wouldn't recommend Guitar Tricks if you plan on using an Android because the small screen messes up the website layout. Also, you would want to search for other options if you want to dive deep into music theory because they provide only a brief introduction for this topic. Guitar Tricks provides value for beginners and advanced guitarists alike. I highly recommend this platform for anyone looking to learn guitar easily. Now, I think that choosing the right guitar learning app is crucial to keep you focused on achieving your goal of being a great guitarist someday. So if after watching this review you think Guitar Tricks is not right for you, then I recommend you check out this other app. But if you're ready to proceed with Guitar Tricks, then go here next. I'll see you over in that next tutorial.